Ladies and gentlemen, it is General Greene, and we just broke new all-time records today. Congratulations, everybody. IslandProject.com. That's a freaking X to the freaking moon, baby! We're going to the freaking moon, baby! 1000X, and I have amazing Papa John behind me. Papa John, say hello to the camera.
Aloha, everybody. Island Project investors and otherwise.
God bless, ladies and gentlemen. So I have Papa John here. Sit down in a minute. We're going to go over all the action in crypto today, a whole heck of a lot more. Make sure you like and share this video. We're going to talk about where we are, what I think you guys should be doing. Also going to get some feedback from Papa John as he sees what's going on right now. We got all this hyperinflation worldwide. We even saw the central bank today say that, yep, there's still hyperinflation essentially. They don't have a 2% target. It's mostly hitting like 3, 4, 5%. As you guys have seen the real numbers, the shadow stats are 20 to 30%. So I want you to keep this in mind. Since the lockdowns in 2020, the US fiat trash dollar, throw it into the toilet, put your money into a real asset worth its salt at islandproject.com. Real assets like Bitcoin, etc., has lost 30% of its value. So your ownership, if you've got fiat, which you shouldn't have any fiat anymore, is only worth 70 cents of its previously, $1 bill, whatever it is, trash. And what's really interesting about this is I was watching a friend of mine, a major hedge fund manager, Tim Draper, who, by the way, first introduced me to Tezos and Tell You Bezos. You should be buying that today. Buy that today. We are breaking out. Tezos, Tell You Bezos, XTZ, price target $16 to $20 in this alt-season bull market, going crazy. There's still time to onboard, so do that now. You can do it every single tier 1 major exchange like Coinbase, XTZ. Get paid to wait, 5% yield, stake and bake while you go potentially 10x. I have to say, not financial advice, but that's what I've been doing. I've been adding more to my position and buying more. But my point being is Tim Draper, during a podcast that I just watched over the weekend as I was playing golf with my father, we had a great time, really amazing day, had a little cloud cover, played pretty decent, need to work on the game quite a bit, although you saw that video I posted of my dad on that par 3 hitting it right on the green. It was pretty much a perfect shot. My point is we are now entering an era. This is a new epic in American history in the Western Empire, where not only is the Western Empire and its old fiat declining, but this is a systemic event and a programmatic attack to destroy the US dollar. And this is what I've been telling you for a very long time. A lot of you thought, oh, Christopher, it's hyperbole. The US dollar isn't going to zero. There's not going to be more hyperinflation. Bitcoin will never go to 72K, I heard. Oh, Bitcoin's going to go to zero. We heard it from Charlie Munger, who's now in a grave site. I told you he wouldn't even be around by the time Bitcoin was reaching all-time highs. I was right about that. It's now on its way to 100K. In fact, since I was throwing chairs in the pool, December 2022 with my son, I was on crutches. I told you it was your last chance to get into Bitcoin. Bitcoin has done a 4.5x since those levels at 16, 17K. Those are just the hardcore facts. I've been telling you for years now, fire your financial advisors. Fire people that told you not to buy Bitcoin. Fire everybody, friends, family members, etc., that told you not to buy Bitcoin. You would be rich today if you didn't listen to them. They've all been wrong. Jamie Dimon, Wall Street, they've all been wrong. It's not until now that it's becoming obvious that BlackRock's going to take over the world like they usually do and is now one of the largest buyers and owners through its massive iShares Bitcoin ETF product, which has now been approved by regulators and is holding billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars of the number one asset in the world. See how they pulled that hook, line, and sinker? See how they deceived many of you possibly tuning in? I sure hope not. I sure hope you've been listening and paying attention to the general. I sure hope you're investing your hard-earned dollars before they go to zero in your retirement accounts, in your IRAs, in your 401ks. I sure hope to gosh you are buying a real, true 100% equity fractional ownership of our world-class portfolio here in Maui Booyah. In fact, I'm even here in one of the new acquisitions. Check that out. We're here right on the Bay Course. We've got a private beach right over here in Maui Booya. You can jump off the rocks over there. You can go play Bay Course, Plantation Course. This is the #1 real estate asset in the world on the beach, which they don't want you to own. The elites don't want you to own. They want to control you. They want to surveil you. They want to hyperinflate your assets so they're worthless, so they can do exactly what I've been telling you for over a decade they're going to do, which is what, General Greene? It is reset the system. It is create a new digital footprint fiat trash currency called a CBDC that they will control and will bring and usher in even more tyranny and destroy America and essentially destroy fiat permanently. And this is where it's all headed. And this is what's happening today. I also want to welcome all of our new onboards to islandproject.com. I've spoken with a ton of you. My dad has been working overtime. We're going to go over some names. Paula, I do want to recognize you. Just came in, spoke with you over the weekend, funded your first 30 units with Bitcoin. God bless you. You are an amazing person. Everyone here knows what we stand for, what I stand for, what my dad stands for, what our team stands for. God first, Jesus Christ is King. Get out of the banks, protect yourself, grow your wealth, 1000x your life. That is what we stand for. And we are here to protect you and your assets during the economic financial collapse and during the storm. And yes, I am pumped up today. Papa John here with us. Paula T, welcome on board the Island Project. Carl N, welcome aboard islandproject.com. Jacob G, just onboarded. Welcome aboard our world-class #1 true equity ownership project at islandproject.com. God bless you, sir. Denise S, welcome aboard islandproject.com. We are breaking new all-time funding rates. Papa John, you're not going to get in. We're having a lot of calls. People are asking me, well, Christopher, what do I do? I'm up 5x, I'm up 10x. Take profits, baby. Take profits and put it in islandproject.com right now. Realize and book that gain. We're tokenizing in 2024. If you're up 5x in Bitcoin, you take profits right now. It is an order from your general. Harvey A, God bless you. Jesus Christ is King. Just onboarded. Islandproject.com. Donnie H. God bless you. Welcome aboard Patricia S. There's so many more names. I'll get to more of you as we produce more and more content. But let's do a quick economic update, and then I'm going to go to you, Dad, for some input, feedback, the calls that you've been having, all the great things, of course, we're doing with the project. I love you. This has been an incredible journey, means so much to me, and I say this all the time. Honestly, the thing that means the most to me is working with my father. Being a part of this, my late brother Cody Green has helped us with this project. I see him in my heart every single day. You know how much I miss my brother, how much you miss your son. He is with us in this project. He has helped us build this project. All the glory goes to God. All the glory goes to Jesus Christ. We could have not pulled this off. We've got 3 properties we've slam dunked. We have a 5,500 square foot spec home we are building in front of Kaanapali Beach. We could have not pulled off without Jesus Christ, and you are an amazing members. We are dominating. We are absolutely killing it on every single level. And the hats off are to all of you. But I want to look at crypto and just speak on it because I'm getting all these questions. I want you to take profits in certain positions. Buy more XTZ, buy more Tezos, tell you Bezos. That's my opinion. I have to say that, not financial advice, but I'm the guy that's been getting things right over the last couple of years. Buy more Tezos, buy XTZ now. I've been doing that. I've been adding dollar cost averaging. This thing is set to soar. It's already on the move now. But in other positions across your portfolio, like Bitcoin, Ethereum rocketing past 4,000, XRP up 20% today, other positions, the AI coins. I had an AI performer, Dad, that went 1,000x for our members at school. It's called Ajax Singularity Net. I picked this thing up when it was trading at like $10 million market cap. It is now at like $1.5 billion. Absolute insanity. And I knew that at the time, and I bet on that at the time because of artificial intelligence, the launch of ChatGPT, understanding the narratives. So here's your takeaway for today. You have to understand what the next crypto narrative is. What is the next crypto narrative going to be? What are we building? What is General Greene here building? What is Papa John building? We are building the first tokenized real estate project in the world of real assets, of the best asset in the world. And tokenized real assets are the future and the next major permanent narrative as a part of the blockchainification of the global landscape. That is where the money is going to be. That is where the 1000x is. People ask me, Christopher, how would I 1000x? How are you going to 1000x real estate? Well, first off, we don't even have to tokenize. We've got a world-class project that's going to 10x just on the real estate fundamentals of what we're buying over the long haul. Produces cash flows. We've got daily rentals. This unit right here, for example, is being put into our pool, our third party pool to rent, 1,000 a night, 2,000 a night in some cases based on season. We have other state-of-the-art properties or more long-term investments like our 5-acre farm with multiple units on that. That I call like the Rolex. You want those trophy assets in there. We believe that that asset will be worth 20, 30 million in the future just based on what we're doing. We're taking some risk with speccing it. That adds more value as well. That's our only spec. Mostly we're buying resale, obviously, as our audience knows here today. But my point being, this is your moment. What have I been telling you in recent days? Your phone, 10x the call volume, 10x the funding rate, 10x the inquiries, et cetera, et cetera. I've been throwing chairs in the pool. You don't even watch all my videos because you're too busy.
I don't have time, and I don't want to see you throw shares in the pool.
And you already know me. You already have a direct line to me, Dad, so you don't need to watch my videos. But the point being, I've been telling everybody to go all in crypto, all in. I've been telling everybody we're going to break new records. My last video on Friday said this weekend we would shatter the paradigm, that Bitcoin was going to break out to new all-time highs. We wake up this morning on Monday, exactly what it's doing. And so what's happening now that there's 11 ETFs that have been green-lit by regulators, there's billions of dollars moving in, mostly with BlackRock, Fidelity, other companies. Most of the trading action is actually occurring during the weekday. So you're probably noticing that. You're seeing most of the moves because, of course, they're not working on the weekends. Stock markets open traditional hours. We are seeing a retail rotation over the weekends into select cryptos as people are positioning. So it's this interesting dichotomy right now that we actually haven't seen before, because Bitcoin in the early days was like a crackpot idea that you're crazy if you bought it. Now you're proven to be a genius and rich. And that's kind of how it works. And I tell you guys this all the time. By the time things are obvious, by the time you're telling your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister, and you're like, hey, I guess, Bitcoin might be a good opportunity, you'll be telling them that at 100K. You'll be telling them at 150K. You'll have the same financial advisor who's trash, who you should have fired, that told you Bitcoin was a scam, that told you not to listen to people like me who's made you broke. Then say, hey, I've got this Bitcoin offering from BlackRock that I suddenly want to sell you. And you know why he's doing that? Because now he's going to make money off you. Now he's going to charge you exorbitant fees. He's going to screw you now into buying Bitcoin at the top at 150K, 250K, when you should have been buying it when I told you to buy it. And that's the bottom line. And by the way, there are good, financial professionals out there. There are good financial advisors. I'm just pointing out, if anyone has told you to stay away from this stuff, they're stupid. And I'm sorry to be so harsh. They're stupid, ignorant, dumb, not paying attention, don't understand technology, don't understand the scam of the stock market, the hyperinflation, the debt, the monetization that's currently taking place by, in my opinion, a criminal central bank to screw all of you and to steal all of your money. This is an enormous wealth transfer that's only Ponzi'd worse since the lockdowns in 2020, which is what I told you, which is why real property values continue to skyrocket. It's why real assets keep going up in price. It's why Bitcoin is systemically rising. There's no other place to put your money. Even Larry Fink, and I don't like Larry Fink at all, he was on camera the other day. He's like, yeah, Bitcoin's a good store of value for people that don't trust their government. It's a good place to put your money if you fear a dollar collapse. It's a good place to put your money if you fear World War III. And all that's coming because we're in it now. So before I go too crazy on camera right now, you can tell I'm super amped. But number one, I want to just thank everybody tuning in. It's an honor to serve you. And I want to congratulate all of our winners, all of you dominating out there, those that have portfolios. We just talked to a gentleman. I talked to him for a couple of minutes who's up 500K. He's 33 years old, 500 grand in crypto profits, asking me, hey, Chris, when do I take the profits? I told him now. Move it now. Take some profits. Not all of them. Take some profits. Don't be afraid to take profits. Take profits in the big, heavy hitters that have dominated and rotate it into the number one asset in the world here, where there is safety, capital preservation, cash flows, long-term growth. And keep in mind, you're also getting in on unlimited upside of our 2024 tokenization event. That's how we 1000X. We're 1000Xing the core proof of concept, bad, you know what, ASS asset That is what we're tokenizing. And no one's done this before. I mean, you've heard my dad say this. This has never been done before in the history of the world. We are truly the freedom fighter pioneers that have built the #1 value center investment vehicle for all of you, democratized in Robin Hood fashion. So you can own right next to a Jeff Bezos in Maui Booyah. So that you can own the beachfront and you can touch the beachfront and you can go outside and watch the sunset and you can tell your friends, I own this. You can say, hey, check out my portfolio, Christopher Tokenized. Check out how much it's worth. This is what I'm a part of. And so we are a powerful ecosystem of success and beauty and love. And it's called the digital Noah's Ark for a reason, because it's truly been commanded by God. So I want you to take profits on the big winners and move it into islandproject.com. You heard it from me. And buy more XTZ Tezos. That is a high flyer. That's my #1 pick that I brought to the public and have disclosed, of course, as my #1, what I think is going to be a super parabola in the coming days. So without further ado, I know I'm amped up. So I've got my dad here. He's going to reel me in a little bit. Tell us about, you've had a lot of conversations, talk a little bit about our success points in recent months, acquisitions, and just the trajectory is we are now on our target for 80% build out by, I would say, I mean, we've moved that timeline up. Right now the Bitcoin's at 72K. So just speak to that a little bit and speak to our audience here, please.
Well, I will. Aloha, everybody. And congratulations to all of our investors and also all the Bitcoin community, all of Christopher's crypto investors as well. I will say that with this rise in crypto, there's been the Island Project has so much momentum, and the board has been really lit up. So, #1, I hope I've been able to reach everybody and talk to everybody. If you've slipped through the cracks, don't forget about calling 808-442-2934. I will get to you. But the activity, Christopher, has been off the charts. Okay, the momentum for the Island Project now is off the charts. And I think I've spoken to this in the past. We're working the business plan. We had the vision originally. Now it's coming to life. It's flowering, and it's going to be something great. And I think the true fractional ownership, by the people, for the people investment with the tokenization that we intend to do shortly thereafter is really something special.
Yeah, and it's exciting too. We're a proven concept, right? This is a proof of concept. We have the properties. We're building out the portfolio tree, so to speak, in decentralized form. That's never been done before, and that is so incredible. I'm excited about our continued expansion into other locations like Park City, international diversification. This project is really a world-class idea that is now in real life and moving forward at blistering speed during the #1 biggest bull market we've ever seen in technology in the Bitcoin space.
Absolutely. To give you an update, we have 3 great properties. Okay, we just closed on property number 3 in Kapalua. Okay, you can see that in the background. We expect to have property number 4 in probably the next 60 days. Okay, we've got 2 or 3 targets we're looking at. Unfortunately, we just can't jump in and buy anything we want. We have competition. So if it's a property that meets the Island Project portfolio, our criteria for the portfolio, we have competition, because all of our properties have to have that looking behind us, okay? No matter what island it is, it's got to have a view like that. It's got to be a beautiful property that is either quite new or entirely remodeled to meet our criteria. At the end of 2024, I don't think I've said this on camera, but we should have 6 properties in the portfolio by the end of 2024. 2025, we should round out the property portfolio and start getting ready to tokenize. We should have, right now it looks like we're going to have 10 properties in the Island Project portfolio. Could be a little more than that, but obviously we're spending about $3 million for a property. So look at our $33.5 million capital raise, divide that by 3. Maybe we get 10 or 11 properties out of the portfolio. So anyways, right on track, gang. These properties we're adding are going out to third-party Airbnb, so they're going to start to create operating income for the investors. Okay, it's a gradual process, but we have Our second property, Waikiki Beach Tower, property number 2, it's out as an Airbnb listing. Anybody that wants to give me a touch or a tap, I'll send you the link to the listing. The property that we purchased in Kapalua, within the next 2 or 3 weeks, it will also go out as a third-party Airbnb listing. So fantastic.
Yeah.
And for everybody that, Christopher mentioned too, congratulations to all the folks that own the Bitcoin, have listened to his advice. I'm glad you're making a lot of money and you're seeing kind of your dreams come true in some fashion. I will say this as Christopher's old dad that's invested in a lot of things, and I'm not a crypto guy or an expert in any way, but my advice would be, if you're on top of a big bull run, and this would apply to anything, and I'm talking about personal experience, don't feel bad about trimming up your profits a little bit and or taking some profits. I've always regretted not doing that when I've had the opportunity on some other more traditional kind of investments or leverage investments that I've been a part of. So don't be shy. It doesn't mean you have to cash out of your whole position, but whenever you're part of a big bull run, take some profits. If you don't and things turn the other way, you'll regret it.
Yeah, you want to realize those gains, and that's excellent advice, and advice I pay attention to as your son, that I've even learned over time, now sitting here at almost 43 years old. And even back to a conversation I had a couple of minutes ago with one of our your potential members here. So Christopher got about 500K. Honestly, buddy, you should take 100K minimum today, right off the top, and you should sell Ethereum and a little Bitcoin and drive it into islandproject.com so you can sleep peacefully at night, knowing you realize the gain, you put it into a stable asset. You're also a part of our founders round. And let's talk about that too, because the founders round is very special. There will never, ever be another founders round.
Yeah.
So our members are the only ones to ever get in. And talk to that a little bit.
And look, what does the founders round mean? Number one, it just pretty much by definition, you're one of the original first in the Island Project, right? And you're in the founders round, and really you're part of our proof of concept. Okay, this shows that we can do what we said we were going to do, right? Raising capital, paying all cash, buying fractionalized real estate, by the people, for the people. Everybody owns a piece of the rock, that 10 property portfolio. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You're an owner. So we have a proof of concept. We have these beautiful property portfolio put together. You're in the founders round. What does that really mean? Well, it means when that gets complete, Christopher and his tech guys are going to shine a bright light on what we've created. Then we're going to prepare to tokenize it. Why would somebody pay up for the tokens? Because we have our proof of concept. We can launch Island Project 2, 3, 4, 5. Create this great brand that we don't know how big it's going to be, but we know it's going to be big. So you're part of the proof of concept. How are you getting rewarded? Well, you're getting rewarded by this initial operating agreement and the way we fractionalize it. The second round of the Island Project could be something different, okay? But you're part of this founders round investment where, aside from the tokenization, we know what we're creating is great. If we get a big liquidity event out of the tokenization, for example, you could very easily sell half of your Island Project investment for a big gain. Maybe the whole investment. If you elected to, you get priority in rolling that into Island Project number 2. So those are some of the benefits of being in the founders round. But it really is something great, and by definition, you're part of something original, and you're the first to be a part of it. So.
Yeah, and it's an amazing brand, an amazing platform, which we're very lucky to have, and the whole strength of Island Project brand name and our ecosystem of millions of viewers around the world. And, it was built, this is a big takeaway, my father built, our team, God mostly built the project for current events. That's why our tagline is a digital Noah's Ark. It is a play to get your money, rush your money out of the banks during economic trying times, during hyperinflation, and it's why we have no leverage, guys. We have no bank debt, which is not the easiest thing to do. I mean, it'd be very easy. We just go take out a bunch of loans, 10x the portfolio on leverage if we wanted to, take out the bank debt. But we've specifically decided not to do that because I see, you see, our members see the storm that we're in. And keep in mind, there's going to be a host of problems. Geopolitical problems, the tragedies we're seeing in the Middle East right now, Israel, Ukraine, it looks like Russia's winning that war. Something that's been controversial that I said was actually the case, which appears to be playing out now. We even had Victoria Nuland step down because the rats are kind of leaving the nest now.
We had no chance to win that war.
No, and we weren't intending to win the war. Again, I think people are really understanding now that we've built this project, number one, for their protection and safety. Number two, to grow their money in a dependable way with no debt, that is also going to tokenize and provide the liquidity event and the leverage potential through blockchain. And what I'm in charge of, along with our tech team, tokenizing that world-class asset. And by the way, guys, all of this has been roadmapped years ago. There is incredible proprietary technology I'm going to be rolling out with our blockchain as a part of Island Project that you can do things you've never, ever done in real estate before, ever in the world. And with things like smart contracts, the topics I teach at school, various crypto technologies, we all know where this is headed. We are headed to a paradigm where a lot of the old system and model of real estate transactions won't exist anymore. You're not going to need the same third parties of authentication. It's a trustless environment. You'll be able to use tokens to stay at Island Project properties in the future, and for other feature sets upon the ecosystem itself to travel, or to, let's say you want to book a large capital gain because you're up 10x or 100x. You could take some profits, let the rest ride. You can invest in individual properties as a part of our blockchain. You can own fractional parts of the portfolio. So I don't want to go into too much depth because I don't reveal all that to the public for good reason. But my point being is that we are perfectly teed up, not only for this bull market that we're currently obviously in. And by the way, I think Bitcoin's going to go to 100K, crush through that next. 150K I have as a target as we move through the halvening. But there's going to be a lot of volatility. Keep that in mind. This is why we're telling you to take profits. If you're already up huge, you're going to want to take profits today and do that now. So what we're building is extremely unique. There's a proof of concept behind it. You have a world-class team. I always say invest in the good guys, invest in the winners. You are the winners. What we're doing is extraordinary. And all, our hats off to you. All glory to Jesus for helping us design and build this amazing project. And we're working our butts off every single day to continue to fulfill that mission statement.
I can vouch for that.
Absolutely.
I'm working harder than I have in 20 years. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I pulled you out of retirement. I had to do this, guys. I mean, come on. It's too much fun working with my father. And I don't even believe in retirement. I've always told the audience it's for me.
I don't either.
Because I'm so lucky that I get to do what I love.
Do something you love. And obviously, he's a little bit passionate about it, too.
Yes, absolutely. And I will remind you today that because we're getting a large influx of calls, number one, the only way to speak with us or contact us is at islandproject.com or my dad's phone number, 808-442-2934. That's 808-442-2934. We will never reach out to you in any other way. We're not going to DM you or try to chat with you on Facebook. We don't do that, so please be vigilant and careful out there. You call us. Now, also, text my father or leave a voicemail. That is the only way we can guarantee that you'll get a call back with the influx of calls. Sometimes your voicemail's filling up, we can't even get to them. Also, to bump yourself up in the line, to assure you get into the project, simply go to islandproject.com. I'll add a link below in a minute, click the members tab. Fill out a little information, takes about 2 to 5 minutes. You do not have to be an accredited investor. That's a common misconception. People are like, where's I gotta be rich? No. There's a 30 unit minimum, that's 30K. You do not have to be accredited, see our terms. Fill it out just to the best of your ability. If you have any questions along the way, reach out, call, text, and you can sign, and then per our approval, fund your first 100 units, your 250 units, your 1,000 units. And by the way, we have a gentleman coming from Newport Beach who just signed for 1,000 units, which I've spoken to this too. Maybe we even talk about it. We have prevented anything above 1,000 units coming into our project.
Or $1 million. Yeah.
Correct, or $1 million. So 1,000 units is $1 million. But we've had people say, Christopher, John, I want to come in with 5 million. I want to come in with 8 million. Can I do it? No. And the reason we've done that is we want to democratize and keep the integrity of what we've built, by and for the people. We don't want some large whale in there dictating, where our project goes.
In a lot of respects, this is for the audience. This is for the platform. For everybody that supported Christopher over the years. So and honestly, I had somebody come in this last week talking about $13 million.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
To move over. Okay, and I had to have a conversation about the cap is $1 million, and also, of course, tell me about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So we love you guys. I just want to encourage you, bet on yourself, just like I've been telling you for a decade now, and I've been telling you in recent days, get in. Take the action. If you've been on the sidelines, and a lot of you, I get more comments too, they're coming through my threads and the text messages. Christopher, I should have listened to you. Did I miss it? Did I miss Bitcoin? The answer is a lot of it you did actually. You did miss a lot of the Bitcoin move. You did not buy under 1,000. You did not buy at 16K. So you've missed 5x, 4 or 5x from the 15, 16K just a year ago. That's the truth. This though is still early. You're buying the future Bitcoin here. You're buying under $1,000 equivalent in the Island Project. You're a founder. My point to you, if you've been following me for years, following my father, seeing what we're doing, watching the rollout of our proof of concept, build all this incredible things out, do not miss this. This is your opportunity to actually get in before we close the funding round at the $33,500, because we have a non-dilutable asset, which just means we can never fund more than the 33.5. And by the way, because I don't know if you mentioned this, we are over 200% subscribed to the project right now. So we have over, $200 million that in Portal, most of which we've turned down because they don't fit our criteria, right? There's certain criteria we have to follow as a part of our private placement.
Absolutely.
We turn most people away. A lot of people don't know this. Most people, we just tell you the truth. Like, look, we don't think the project's the right fit for you.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you that. If you call my daddy, be the first guy, like, not for you.
We have an investor community of like-minded investors. That's number one. And most everybody comes at, a lot of you guys have been with Chris for a long time. He bought his products. He's made you money over the years as well. So we vet our investors just like our investors vet us as well. So it's a like-minded community, and you know what our values are, and I don't have to say that, but everybody that's on board, I always like to mention this too. It might be one of the most powerful things that we're doing is really building the like-minded investor community, because there's a lot of power in that, and there's a lot of byproducts that will come out of that community too. So
yeah, well, God bless you guys. We will keep you updated with new content. Give us a call, 808-442-2934. Fun today. Get into the portal, the members tab at islandproject.com. I'll include links in a minute, and I'll just leave you with how I opened this video. The US dollar has collapsed over 30% since 2020. And there is going to come a time in the future where the old US fiat dollar is no longer accepted, in my opinion, in the United States or in the westernized world. And they will transition and reset everybody into what they've called now officially the Great Reset. And that's going to include digital currencies and a new programmatic dollar that they've designed. During that process, a lot of you are going to be on the losing end. And I'm telling you, get on the winning team. Because with inflation, with the safety and security and growth of those 401ks you've worked your butt off all your life, those pensions, those Roth IRAs, a lot of you baby boomers out there, you know, if you ask me right now, Christopher, am I going to lose everything? Probably. You probably will, to inflation. If you're in the stock market, I think stocks are going to collapse. I don't think they're safe at all. I think it's a giant Ponzi scheme. I think you need to put your money into a real asset with no bank debt, own real estate with us at islandproject.com, and make the move. And I'll close with that. 401ks are eligible. IRAs are eligible. Okay, so if you've got a pension, most cases, eligible. We have preferred third parties that can help you with this. Preferred Trust is one. They've done a very good job, I think, for most that have rolled over. Equity Trust is another. We also have another option for you. So that is a good move, because here's what the banks don't want you to have. Here's what the government doesn't want you to have. The politicians don't want you to have. Choices. They don't want you to have choices during this reset. No, they want to control what's going to happen next. And I don't say this to scare people. It's what I really believe. I think that there's going to be financial controls, capital lockdowns in the United States. I think they're going to freeze funds in the United States. I think it's 100% absolutely is going to happen. We even saw this with gold. They made this huge confiscation effort at one point. They're going to do it again, but in a digital format. And they've warned about cyber events, and now we have World War III, and they always have an excuse for what they're rolling out. So my point is, you want to be aggressive now. You want to take these actions now, have prudency of mind, invest with us, the winning team here, and become a, today, 100% true equity owner of our world-class project, which includes 3 properties currently with no bank debt, a 4th spec home, and 5th and 6th actively in negotiations, which will be closed very, very soon. And have that peace and quiet that number one, you made the right move. If you're up huge in crypto, you listened to me today and you took some profits. You took the 100K off the top. You took the 250K off the top, whatever it is. And then as usual, I will keep you super updated. And I just want to do a shout out again for my number 1 pick, XTZ Tezos. Buy that now, buy that today. That is what I'm most bullish on in the crypto space. I would be taking profits in some other areas and sectors as I've been warning about in today's video. And just make sure you've locked in something, let the rest ride. Other than that, aloha, we love you, God bless you. Papa John, any other commentary here or notes? Text you, call you, leave a voicemail, fill out the app.
I think Chris has covered it, but bottom line is too, when you make the investment, there's only 2 ways you can do it. Through our secure investor portal, deal maker, or by calling me. That's the only 2 ways. And other than that, gang, God bless you. We're well on our way. God bless you, Christopher Greene.
Love you, Dad. You too, man.
All right, guys.
All right,
Aloha.
talk to you soon.